the first thing I say in every training for public officials, the first thing I say in everything I write about public dispute resolution is that in a democratic context, an ad hoc assembly produces proposals, not decisions. The decisions are made by those elected and appointed who will have to take the responsibility for making the decisions. What we are producing are proposals for them to take account of. Now, as I said before, it cuts both ways. I have to tell the participants, you're not getting the control over the decision. That still stays with the elected and appointed person. And if you want that authority, run for office. On the other hand, I have to say to the elected or appointed person, look, if we do this and we actually reach an informed consensus and all the interests are served, it's going to be a lot of pressure on you. You can go the other way. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you if you do. And if I couldn't say that to them, I couldn't with a straight face ask these folks to bother. But I have to tell these folks, you don't make the decision. So that when I talk to the public official, I say, your authority is intact.
So this is the level at which your intersection with what you're doing here is almost identical to any other intermediary. Your authenticity, being an honest broker, and telling people the straight scoop.
Got to.
In other words, if you're going to create an expectation of these people that they're going to have something to say about it, not control, something to say about it, and then you don't follow through, you create as much ill will as you might have created goodwill.
Absolutely. But what I tell the people in Interior is, you want me to run a collaborative process, we're going to produce a written agreement.
All right.
And the written agreement is going to be signed by everyone, including your district manager and your district general counsel. And it's going to say, we who have worked on producing this proposal, all are ready to work to implement this, and we think this is the right thing to do. Now it's going to flow up to the next level. You know, if you're the Secretary of Interior, you can say, thank you all very much, no, but it's written down, and it's witnessed by a neutral party, and the whole thing was run in a transparent way, and the participants got to choose their own representatives and write their own ground rules, so they can't dismiss the outcome and say, oh, the agency didn't listen, because they controlled this or they controlled that. On the other hand, the agency could still walk away. Now, I've worked on cases where people have put a year or more in. Large groups worked to produce a proposal. They thought they'd taken everything into account, shipped it up to the ultimate decision maker in that stovepipe, and that person was not kept informed by their representative who was at the table and thought they could change it at the end. And their representative had to come back, you know, head down to the group and say, could I get you to consider a revision to what we thought was the final agreement, because I took it to the boss? And that's a failure of representation on the part of the people who were at the table representing that agency. The agency is a party in the process.
Okay, but it's also, would you not say, a failure of whoever is the third party?
You bet.
To have anticipated that. And to be aware that
it is. But on the other hand, you have to be open to the possibility that that's what's going to happen, and try to hold the process together and reconsider it in light of those final concerns. And sometimes we've come back and said, nope, you have to go tell your boss, we operated in good faith, we produced it. He wants to say no, he should say no, but we're going to make a very public stink about this, because we thought we had a very clear statement that had been approved at the outset about what our mission was, what our scope of responsibility. We took account of what the agency wanted through your involvement for your boss. No, we're not changing it.